Okay, twin flames. Twin flame update. Here's the spread. So basically the same setup as I usually do, 3 for each side. I usually put the divine masculine on the left and the divine feminine on the right. So, but it could be whatever side you resonate most with. You can say runner, chaser, divine masculine, divine feminine, whatever. Awakened, non-awakened. So, and then the center, that's the core overall heart, okay? The unified heart of the one soul between the two twin flames, okay? So that's what the center represents. And, oops, sorry for the wobbliness. Don't get seasick, anybody. So, I wanted to get this out last night, but it got late and I was tired, so we're doing it today. All right, so basically, let me see where the, right there, okay. So good, I got it lined up right. So basically, well, we have on the bottom of the deck, the Chariot, okay? And that kept coming up for me in my personal twin flame readings that I was doing for myself. And this is the goddess Nut, or Nuit, N-U-T, N-U-I-T, so either one. It's the Egyptian goddess of the sky, so it's the sky goddess. She's also, everything passes through her. So as the sun rises and sets, she devours it and resurrects it in the morning. Same with the stars, okay? It's symbolic, okay? She doesn't really eat them, but she also, and you can see how she looks like a protective dome, okay? She represents, she maintains the barrier, the boundary between the spirit realm of order, pattern, rhythm, arrangement, and then the 3D tangible plane of chaos and disorder and, well, what we perceive it to be, okay? So, she's the goddess of the sky, and the sky god is Horus, and she's the goddess, Nut. So, and the sun god, Ra, okay, so she devours him and then resurrects, you know, from the sunrise to sunset. The next sunrise would be the resurrection of Ra. Well, we say Ra, but, or Amun Ra, or what it really is Capri in the morning, because Capri kept coming to me, and I know it means Capricorn, but so Capri, Capricorn, it's the goat. So what do you do when you get up in the morning? You go milk the goat, right? So Ra is Capri in the morning, Ra at noon, and then Amun in the evening. So she devours Amun, okay, and then resurrects him back as Capri in the morning, okay? And she does the same thing with the stars. So she's this, she's the cycle, okay? She facilitates that, the daily cycles, and she also maintains that boundary between the cosmos. You know, she maintains the boundary between above and below. So that's Nut. And very interesting, because I recognize that, and they don't even mention it in the book, and I was like, oh, that's Geb Nut. Well, Geb is her husband, but she's Nut. Okay, so Geb represents the god of earth. So Geb is earth, and she's the sky. So Geb Nut is, you know, they're married. And then the next top card was the priestess. In this deck, the priestess is the queen, and the shaman is the king. So we have the queen, or priestess of wands, as the next top card, okay, and then the chariots at the bottom. And that goes right aligned with everything, right in alignment with everything. So on the divine masculine side, we have the shaman of discs, or the king of discs, okay, which is manifesting on the material plane, bringing spirit into form, okay. And then the 8 of cups. Did you, wait, let's see, can you see that? Usually when they're up close you can't see it very well. So And then, so we have King of Discs, Eight of Cups, and then the Three of Wands. Okay. So, let's just talk about the Divine Masculine first. It's pretty much kind of what I've been getting, but it looks as if their internal processing is done and they just need to externalize that and bring that process into form in the tangible. So, the King of Discs, you know, providing for themselves, having their own transportation, place to live, job, all that stuff, you know. They won't be ready to come into union or make contact with the Divine Feminine until they feel like they've really come into their Divine Masculine, okay? And because we have the King of Discs and the Eight of Cups and the Three of Wands, it looks like that they've done that work and they're just about ready to move forward, because with the Eight of Cups, and then we have the Six of Swords crowning between the two, he's moving towards her, or the Divine Masculine, or the runner or unawakened twin is moving towards union, okay? He's doing what he needs to do to provide for himself in a tangible way. So, doesn't just necessarily mean, you know, money and whatnot, but just providing for himself because he wants to bring something into the relationship, right? We can't, it's not this codependent thing anymore. That's all the work that we've been doing while we've been in separation. And the Three of Wands, you know, the Divine Masculine is at a good place. King of Discs, moving forward, Eight of Cups, and very open and optimistic about the future. The Three of Wands is, I usually call it, most decks, I call it the optimal optimist. Okay, so this is, you know, having done the work, now you're moving forward and you're looking into, you know, the future, you know, not, but, you know, the immediate future, whatever, the near future. I say near future because of the other cards that I see here. So they're waiting now to bring this into fruition. All the work that they've done, they're looking forward to seeing their twin respond in kind. So the universe has responded to them, and now they want a response from their twin. That doesn't mean that they've necessarily reached out yet, but they want the connection, they're moving forward towards it and walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve them. And I also have the King of Wands on the side of the Divine Masculine. So that really just confirms with the Six of Swords, Three of Wands, Eight of Cups, and then the two Kings, this man fire of the King of Wands, this blasting forth in your life. And the King of Wands can kind of be like, in the Harmonious deck, the rural king, you know, the traditional, you know, he's more of like, kind of like the, just of the earth, kind of more, I mean, like, traditional, okay? Could be more, just more of a traditional, you know, wants the family and all that kind of stuff. So, very creative king, okay? So wanting to create, co-create is what I'm getting for that one. So it looks good on the side of the Divine Masculine, like they've really done a lot of work and they're looking forward to union, moving towards that and moving away from the things that are perhaps could be holding them back, or would be an interference with the union. Okay, so they've taken a look at that, what they can bring with them into union and what needs to be left behind. Then on the divine feminine, and I know this because I've been experiencing this myself, we have the Two of Swords that keeps coming up. So what it's saying, excuse me, is we as the divine feminine need to make sure that we have decided and we're not wavering. You have to be unwavering. You need to decide, is this what you really want? Do you want to move on and be with a soulmate eventually? I mean, it's not going to work. If you're a twin flame, that's just the nature of twin flame. It's not going to work for you. Okay? And we've been there, done that, right? So that's why I'm celibate. I'm alone. I'm fine. I'm happy in my life. I don't feel like I need, I have God, Jesus, the angels, my spirit guides, the ascended masters. I don't need something in tangible form to make me feel like I'm okay. So you need to decide, do you really want this twin flame union or not? And if not, why? So it's telling you to take a look at that for all the twin flames, the divine feminine who, for whatever reason, have hesitation or going back and forth and oscillating between, oh, I do, and they have a bad day, then they're like, screw this twin flame thing, and they have a good day, they're like, oh, yes, I'm calling in my twin flame. So we have to be unwavering. We can't keep going back and forth, and just rely on our emotions of the day, because those are constantly changing throughout the day. So whether you're in a good mood, bad mood, triggered, not triggered, you need to decide. And then hold, be steadfast in that decision and hold to that. So it's like you're making a contract with yourself, the universe, your twin, and right? And once you sign, you need to commit to that. Because we have the Hierophant, okay? And what's the outline, boundaries, what is the commitment? All those details if you need to write it down on a piece of paper, we need to do that. So that maybe that, just the clarity of that, seeing that in tangible form in front of us on a piece of paper might solidify that more, and just take away any kind of doubt or confusion. So, and she wants, the divine feminine, I shouldn't say she, but the divine feminine wants that commitment, okay? She's done the work, research, spiritually drafting someone, learning the tarot, whatever, trying to heal herself and then give back. So she wants to know that if she decides to go forward with this union, that there's going to be commitment on the side of the divine masculine, okay? And because she has the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords, and here's the wasp, okay? The wasp medicine, and you can look up wasp totem. I just did a video about that, and they serve the queen. They gladly serve the queen because they know the queen is the one that keeps it all flowing. It maintains a sense of purpose for all the drones or worker bees or wasps. And wasps in particular never lose their, I think it's called oviductilator, something like that. So they have a very long, the thing that breaks off when a bee stings you. Well, that's where the eggs come out of that. The stinger is the same thing as the ovidepositor. Depositor, yeah, that's right. Debilitating. Ovidepositor. So a wasp has a very long one, okay, and it can sting over and over again because it never loses that ovidepositor. So the wasp especially is very much of the divine feminine, okay, the goddess. And since we have the chariot, the sky goddess, Nut, this is what I mean about the divine feminine really coming into her power. But we need to decide, okay? and then hold to that. You know, it's like contractual. So we kind of have to come at it from a business-like perspective. We've kind of already done the emotional stuff. Now it's decision-making time. And the Five of Swords can represent, you know, humiliation, shame, loss, betrayal, someone, you know, trying to vampire you and get away with some shit. And, you know, that happened to me, and I was just not having it. And I've done a lot of work, and I'm not giving that up for anybody. Not even my twin flame. So, and, you know, you get contacted by your twin flame, that there's going to be this reaction of, oh my God, yes, you just want to jump into their arms, right? But remember, we've done a lot of work. We don't want to backslide. We don't want to start repeating the same patterns. We don't want to just give into the 3D, right? Because we're living in 5D. We've transcended. We don't want to keep being triggered, okay? So we want to make sure the divine masculine is going to be true to form, so to speak. So this Seven of Swords is like, you see this fox here is trying to get into there's like this barricade, this boundary, this wall protecting all the, you know, chickens, right? All the hens and stuff, and this fox wants to get in there. So you need to know what your boundaries are. That's what, you know, in one of the videos that I did, you need to outline this. You have to write it down on a piece of paper. First, you need to decide if this is what you really want, okay? The union itself with the Two of Swords and the, you know, the Hierophant. Do you want this? Are you committed to it yourself? Because you are your twin. So if you're wavering, your twin's going to keep wavering. And the longer you do that and go back and forth, the longer they're going to do that too. So we need to get over these issues of, you know, being cheated on, lied to, vampired. But the way to get over that is to do the work internally and work with Spirit, the Great Spirit, not getting over it by just allowing your twin back into your life if they're not ready. Because, you know, it's just going to be separation, back to get separate. It's just going to keep going like that. And you can't come into union until you've both done the work and both decided that this is what you want to do, and know that this is your mission and your purpose. So the Six of Swords, crowning for both twins, is like stepping into that river that, I think it was Cratylus who said, you know, there was a saying, you can't step into the same river twice, but Cratylus said you can't even step into the same river once. And he was a philosopher that didn't even speak. He would just waddle his finger, because his whole thing was, as soon as you start to speak the word, it starts to lose its meaning, transform, get mutated. Same with the river. As you're stepping in, just as your toe is touching and your foot is going to, the river is in constant motion, okay? Just like the planets. That's why energies can shift throughout the day. So this is moving forward into the unknown, but being brave and knowing that you've done the work that's in alignment with natural and spiritual law, and have supported that, and they're reciprocating that, and in kind they're supporting you. So even though we may not know what the future holds, we're willing to move forward, and we're committed to that. Because you have, between the two twins at the base, is the Ace of Swords. And that's a beautiful card with the butterfly, and two hands held together, okay, right here. Is it both? Oh no, that's the sword handle. So, but I got two hands being held together. So you being in union with yourself, and then you being in union with the twin, and then you being in union and communion with Source, natural spiritual law. So the precision of that, you need to embody that yourself, and your twin will cohere to that, okay? And vice versa. So clarity of thought, clarity of vision, even though you may not know what it may look like in the tangible form on the 3D plane in the future, at least you're thinking clearly, know what you want, know where you want to go, and you might have an idea of the possibility of what it will look like. Okay. So, but we have to be, you know, mind, body, spirit, all connected, no compartmentalization. So that's how you get to clarity of vision, is when you're feeling proper, when you're acting proper. Okay, that brings thinking proper. So you can't have a out of balance rational mind and then have a balanced heart. It all has to be balanced for any other piece, because they're interdependent. Okay, mind, body, spirit has to be unified. Before you can unite with your twin, you have to unite with yourself. And this Three of Cups is kind of speaking to me as mind, body, spirit. Okay, so this is you unifying with your mind, body, spirit, the Three of Cups. Okay, the three aspects of self. And then, because it's at the center core in between both twins, you have to first have that for yourself, and then you will have that with your twin. And then you, together with your twin, will be like one mind, body, spirit. And not in a dysfunctional, codependent way, okay? This is alignment of the chakras, the vision, the everything, okay? And then you celebrate it, because this can also be celebration with your tribe, okay? Remember the Eight of Cups. We're leaving all that other stuff, people, places, things behind that aren't in alignment with this high vibration that we now embody. And my Angels of Atlantis deck came in the mail. So when I laid this out, started shuffling, they started speaking to me right off the bat. So what flipped out was this one. So it's Uriel, okay? That's what flipped out as I was shuffling. And this is the Angels of Atlantis deck. A couple other readers had this, and they picked cards that just like totally spoke to me. And I said, and then with my connection with Atlantis, I mean, we're all connected all the way back, okay? So, twin flames, blue rays. So, and it's funny because it's by Stuart Pearce, but what I saw was Star Wars Peace. And I was like, what? And it's funny because Rock and Roll Prophetess, she has a deck where, her own deck, and she says that if the words transmute and they'll say something different, that it's a message, okay? So it said, I know it says Stuart Pearce, but I saw Star Wars Peace, okay? And then on the bottom, so when this card flipped out, okay, abundance, Uriel, abundance, and they're all orbs, like orbs of light in this deck, okay, which is why I really like this deck too. And Atlantis, hello, and angels, wow. So abundance, okay. So when that flipped out, I stopped shuffling, and this was on the bottom. The other Uriel card, well, there's four, but of Uriel, and that's freedom, okay. And of the two, of all the, then there's another Uriel right on. What? That's crazy. All four were on the bottom, or no way. Okay, so we're working with Uriel, okay. And that's perfect because, and of the whole deck, Uriel is like the twin flame angel. And of all of them out of Uriel, these two are the ones that for me represent the union. And this is a whirling dervish right here, and the whirling dervishes are the esoteric Islam, okay, Muslim Islam, they're the esoteric, so they're the Sufis, okay, the whirling dervishes is the esoteric Islam. Is that the name of the religion? Muslim Islam? I'm probably not using the right word, but Anyway, the esoteric is where all the truth is, right? So, Sufis, but they don't call themselves Sufis. They just call themselves practitioners of Sufism because they don't do labels. And yeah, that's brilliant. I agree. And so, abundance and freedom. Okay, and the angel, the archangel Uriel, is what do they call her? Let's find. Bear with me for 1 second. I think it's back here. Oh, they're in order. Okay. Are they? Yeah. Okay. So, abundance, the tree of life. Okay. As soon as I saw that tree, I'm like, oh, the tree of life. Okay, as above, so below. Okay, the union, the unified polarities, masculine, feminine. So the tree of life brings abundant flow into your life at this very moment, and this is why you have singularly chosen Uriel's oracle of abundance. So we got all four. Amazing. So anyway, the core of all abundance is the source. All right, source energy. So that's what we're dealing with. The core of all abundance is the source. When you totally believe in the flow of the divine nectar, the bounty of God is responding in like measure. And that's why with the zodiac individual readings for August, the Nine of Pentacles came up on the bottom of the deck for like 4 different signs. And that's that card depicts you working with natural and spiritual law, and it responds in kind and works with you and gives you proof in the 3D tangible plane. It gives you evidence of that, okay? Bringing spirit into form. So, develop the muscle of your faith by the positive regard of all your amazing achievements, right? Receive that blessing of confidence, okay? Because look at all the hard work you've done. Be confident in that. Not cocky, ego, it's confidence, okay? And sometimes it took me a lot to work towards a place where I can say, I'm awesome and I love myself, and I feel good about that. Coming from a place of empowerment. So fill your life with gratitude for the abundance you are receiving, and speak or chant, I am infinitely abundant in spirit, I have plenty of wealth, and my riches increase every day. So Uriel is defined as the divine companion, okay? That's why it's like the, I say she, he, I think it doesn't really matter, but, because, I mean, angels are eunuchs. They're not male or female. They don't have genitalia. So the divine companion, out of all the angels of this deck, they don't have them all in here, but Uriel is the one that represents this divine union, the divine companion, okay? The duality. And then we had freedom. So, freedom. The drawing of this card illustrates that the oracle is asking you to free up your thinking and feeling, for you are the only jailer that may be keeping your consciousness prisoner. Every aspect of your consciousness is a choice, and if you have made an inaccurate choice, choose again. This is the meaning of the word mistake. If this is what you missed, take again. This time, okay, so the separation and then coming back into union, okay, a revisiting, but it's a whole new ballgame. We've both done a lot of work, okay, and just being aware of what's going on, okay. You have to be aware that this is a twin flame thing, and then all the things you got to do after becoming aware of that. So this time, by liberating the conviction of your love for self, you will spring your soul from its prison, okay. That's what I say. You have to love yourself first. That's the proper procedure, okay? So, ask Uriel to show you alternative choices. Because they resonate of pure love, they will also free you from your thought jail and take you to consequences you may never have dreamed of. Uriel wants you to chant, he, and thence to release the feeling of being held back. The he will literally clear your mind, place it in your forehead or vestigial third eye, the sixth chakra, the ajna. Guidance is imminent, and once more you will dance with the infinite, okay, and they capitalize infinite, okay, so that's God, Source, Great Spirit. And you can look up like sacred tones, and I'll do that sometimes when I just want to align.